Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Sierra from Sierra T Designs, and today I'm hanging out on the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel, so let's jump right in. So I do have an A2 sized base, and then I'm going to cut down a black mat to be about an eighth of an inch smaller than my A2 base, and then my panel is going to be about a quarter of an inch smaller than my A2 base. I really like a thin layer on my borders, so I kind of think that's fun, but you could of course make them bigger if you wanted to. Next, I'm going to use a piece of low tack tape, and I wanted to create kind of a horizon line. So I'm going to do some ink blending, and I needed something to kind of help me differentiate where the sky ended and where the water started. Because when I saw the Honeybee Beach Please stamps and the Honeybee Lovely Layers beach houses, which is what we're working with today, I really wanted to kind of create a scene where you would have these kind of beachy houses, but they're in the water and you get to swim up to them. And I think that would be just so fun and a lot of, a really beautiful card to create. So that's kind of where my mind went when I saw the Lovely Layers beach houses. So I went in with 3 Distress Oxide inks for the sky, and I started out with Squeezed Lemonade, and then I blended on Carved Pumpkin and Worn Lipstick to kind of give you the illusion that the sun is either setting or, starting to rise, however, if you're a morning person or an evening person, whichever you prefer. But it just kind of gave this beautiful look to the sky. And no, I didn't add any clouds or birds or anything like that, but you absolutely could, and that would give it even more of a sky illusion. But I kind of just stuck with this really pretty ink blending, and then I did end up adding a little bit of splatter later for a little more texture, but I kind of left it alone because I thought the blending looked really pretty. And then when I was happy with that blending, I removed that low tack tape. Thankfully it came up really nicely, and then I'm just going to mask off the kind of water area. So I want them to touch, but I don't want them to blend because these colors would not look nice together. So it was really easy to just kind of put that line there and have a really crisp border of the horizon. And then for my water layer, I'm going to go in with 2 blues. I went in with Tumbled Glass, and I've kind of tried to line it up where the sun would be, so it was kind of a lighter color. And then I blended in Broken China as kind of a darker blue to go around the Tumbled Glass to kind of just give you that illusion that there is some light, and so there's a lighter area and a slightly darker area. If you wanted to take this up another notch, you could add a darker blue to the edges, but I kind of was trying to keep this a very light, bright card and have the blending be, mirroring that idea. So when I lift this off, I know it looks kind of odd, but I think that it turns out beautiful in the end. We just kind of have to get the steps to get there. And this is where I brought in the Lovely Layers beach houses, and I chose the one that's standing on the sticks, or the beams, I guess. I'm not sure what the correct house terminology would be, but I cut out the layers that I wanted to be white, which is your base layer, and then a couple of the pieces that add onto the house. And then I did it in 3 different colors. I just chose scraps of cardstock I had in my stash that I felt very summery and kind of worked with that. So I kind of went with a light blue, tealy color, and then a light purple and a light pink, just because I thought they would look stunning with the background and still, look really cute and pretty, because this die set is adorable and I love it so much. So I did go through and just cut out those 3 colors, and I used my little cutting machine for this, just because it's so easy. These dies are quite small, so I didn't feel the need to bust out my big die cutting machine. So this project was really fun because it didn't take a whole bunch of big tools to work with. And of course I did shift my glass mat there just because I was twisting the handle pretty hard to get that cardstock through, and my whole glass mat shifts because it sticks down to the glass mat, which is pretty great. But yeah, so I did cut it out 3 times. I like to work in uneven numbers. I find that looks really nice. The eye likes it. And so when I'm designing things, I do tend towards an uneven set of numbers. So that's why I went with 3 houses. You could have done 5. You could have done, the other houses. There are 3 different little houses in this set. But I felt like these ones kind of on I want to call them sticks, but I know that's not right. Beams, poles, whatever you want to call them. This house that's sitting on the poles, it really lent itself to what I was seeing in my head. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those kind of vacation pop-ups that come up sometimes on social media, and you see these beautiful houses and you look out and you just see water and sky, and that's kind of what this made me think of when I was making it. So I had a lot of fun kind of trying to recreate that idea in what I would love to do for a vacation. So I thought that was pretty fun. So you can see that I've already built the little pink one, but I kind of was showing you here how to do the blue one. I did the pink one first just so that I know what I was kind of going for, because some of the layers I did do white, and then some I did kind of this monochromatic look. I just used the same color of cardstock. You could, of course, go in with a lighter or darker cardstock to add a little more interest and contrast. I chose to not do that. I chose to kind of keep the houses simple because the background is so vibrant, and I didn't want your eye to just struggle to figure out what it should look at. So that's kind of what I was thinking while I was making this card. And then this is the door. It has 2 layers. I chose to keep the door white. Again, you could do a different color if you wanted to for that little background piece, but I opted to, have the door white. And then the little stairs as well, they just connect up to the little house. So you would swim out to the little house, and then you'd climb up those stairs and you'd start your beautiful vacation in this like beautiful water and sun destination. So I just thought that was a lot of fun, especially as we're going into summer. This is such an adorable set that you could do so much. I mean, I chose to put them in water, but you could put them on sand. You could put them in trees. Like, there's so many ways you could use this set. This is just what I came up with because I thought it would be kind of fun. And then I did pull out a sentiment from the Beach Please stamps. Here you can see, excuse my head for a second. I'm just making sure that it lines up with the grid so that I'm going to stamp it straight. I have, messed up a background on occasion where I stamped on a crooked, and I didn't mean to stamp crooked. So, it's always one of those things where it's like, okay, well, now what do I do? But I mean, if that ever happens, I would just honestly stamp it on a separate piece, cut it down into a little label and stick it on top. But this worked out because I stamped it straight and I didn't have to worry about that. And then I'm going to kind of start to build the card. I did bring in a few different types of glue. You could absolutely use double-sided tape, foam tape, whatever you like. I just prefer liquid glue, especially with my layers, because it gives me a chance to line them up. And if it's not perfect, I can kind of slide the panel around until I'm happy with how it's sitting. So, I mean, totally up to you, but that is kind of my preference. And I am at the end of my bottle of Nuvo Deluxe glue, so I'm struggling to get enough out to make my projects while I wait for some to come. But I love the Nuvo Deluxe glue. It's my favorite by far. So then I've adhered all my panels down, and now I'm going to kind of lay out where I want my houses. I do want them to have a little bit of overlap, so I am going to bring in some thin 3D foam squares to kind of help the two stand out. So I put the little green one or blue one in the middle, and it's going to be flat, and I wanted it to sit just above the horizon line, so you can kind of see a bit of the yellow underneath the house, and so it's kind of sitting right in the middle of the horizon. And then these other two, the pink and the purple houses, I am going to use some thin 3D foam squares on them. It gives you just a little bit of dimension, but it doesn't give you a ton of bulk. And as I love to mail cards to people, I try not to put too much bulk on them so that they go in an envelope nicely and I can mail them with no issues. So it's just kind of what I like to do. But right here, you could adhere these ones flat if you'd prefer without adding too much dimension. But I tend towards a fair amount of dimension and texture in my cards. So that is kind of the direction I like to go. And these foam squares are super thin. I think that they're like 1/8 of an inch at most, maybe even 1/16 of an inch. They're so thin that they add just a little dimension, and I love it so much. So here I'm going to have the pink one kind of overlap the blue house just a touch and kind of have it sitting in front of it so that you get that, depth of field so you can see that something's a little further forward than the other. And then for the purple one, I will kind of set it beside the blue one, but it's still sitting in front of technically, but it's just sitting a touch lower than the other two. Just again to create some dimension to the project, because that's something I love to do. And then I needed to add a little bit of interest and texture to the water. So originally I kind of brought in a paint marker and started working with that, but then I chose to kind of go with a gel pen instead. Because my gel pen has a thinner nib, I felt like I would get nicer, sketchier fine lines with it, because I'm also going to add some sketchy fine lines to the houses to give them that kind of highlight and a little bit more interest. I do find that if you're going to work in a flat color, adding just a little bit of highlight will kind of bring a little more life to your design. And you'll see that when I hold it up in the end. It's pretty hard to see here, but all I'm doing is adding sketchy lines across the houses. excuse me. And there is no right or wrong way to add highlights. It's completely up to you, to what you prefer. I just add them where I think they're going to look nice. There's no rhyme or reason to this in this design. I'm not trying to, create highlights exactly where the highlights would fall, because the sun is setting behind them. So technically you might have like a rim lighting, but you wouldn't have highlights across the front. But that's not what I'm going for in this. I wanted a more whimsical and cute style. So I kind of just added highlights anywhere that felt right to me. This isn't a step you need to do if that's not kind of your thing, but I love texture and dimension, so I have a tendency to like to add it to everything. And then I did bring in my gel pen and just add a little more interest to the water, just because I wanted it to look like the poles were actually sitting in the water. So I'm kind of trying to give the water a little bit of movement. I do go back in and add just a little more interest to the water as well. And this is where I decided that the sky was looking just a bit too flat for me. I didn't want to go in and draw clouds or add birds, but I did just want to add a little bit of interest. So I just splattered on a little bit of some shimmer powder, and kind of that gave it a little more interest in the background. And you'll see as I hold it up here in a second what I'm talking about for that kind of more texture and interest. But yeah, I think this card turned out adorable. I would love to vacation here. Please let us know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I had a lot of fun making this card, and it was a lot of fun products to play with. So Honeybee's just coming up with some great stuff. So that is the card I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll leave us a like, leave us a comment, and consider subscribing. There are some great creators on this channel. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.